Hi. So I was just thinking, why do Black women have to try so hard? I just had my therapy appointment and it made me think, why do I have to prove myself to me so much? And I feel like this whole could be a whole course in a college program specifically answering this question and not beating around the bush. Because growing up in a society where we are paid less, we're looked down upon immediately as soon as we walk in any room that is not full of Black women, where we can't even win a presidential election to when going up against a convicted felon. Why do we have to try so hard? So I'll just say, obviously, from my point of view, I'm thankful that I continue to show up for myself. I just had a cry out session in my therapy appointment. I'm always a crier, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. This is why I'm thankful for therapy, because I am able to cry. I am not judged, and I'm able to be me. But in my appointment, I shared I just have to go so hard to show up for me, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had more support. Now I do have support. I'm not going to say that I don't. But I feel like I have to consistently prove myself to me. And this could be a good thing or not. But I know that there are ways where I can get lost in those moments of proving myself that I am good for me. There has been times in the past where I just F this. I can't keep going. But I have resources like therapy that will help me understand that I can keep going. There was a time when I was on antidepressants for 2 years. And the reason I got on them is because I just wasn't well. And my wife asked me to get evaluated by a psychiatrist. And I went on antidepressants. And I say 2 years, I actually took myself off of the antidepressants. And that you shouldn't do that. Do not recommend. 10 out of 10, do not recommend at all. Have a doctor take you off the antidepressants. Slowly, the doctor would come up with the plan. And they told me this, but of course, I was being a rebel and I had some insurance concerns. But I don't know, talking here, in addition to my therapist, helps me continue to emphasize that I can just keep going with the resources that I find. You are not alone. No matter what you are going through, there's someone else going through the same thing. And I'm not going to say there's someone that has more worse than you. No. If you are experiencing self-doubt, if you are experiencing failure, if you're experiencing questioning what you're doing is valid for you and your life, you're not alone. I've experienced it. I know other women who have experienced it. And that's the reason why I think we have to continue to show up for ourselves, and we have to show up harder because we experience these things. And oftentimes we don't see other people showcasing that they are sad, that they are depressed. And it's really, truly, honestly up to us to hold one another together. So I'm proud to be a part of that 92%. Shout out to us. We know who we are. And I emphasize, I'm going to say this. I always talk about therapy. Therapy. My loved ones have said it to me, and not always the most best way. Naisha, all you talk about is therapy. Well, guess what? I'm in school to become a therapist now. Just like when a basketball player, I'm very confident. I actually don't personally know any basketball players. I'll speak to when people are on a weight loss journey. I shared this in a previous video. You are going to hear about that weight loss journey as many times as possible. You're going to see it on their social media pages. You're going to see it when you go out to brunch, lunch, or dinner with them. You are going to see it because they are not going to eat or drink the things that they used to. With me, therapy has helped me heal. It has helped me learn so much about myself, my childhood, how to be a mom that I'd like to be, how to be the wife that I should be for myself. Not the wife that my wife wants me to be, but the wife that I want to be for myself, so I can help continue to build our relationship, our marriage. And that's the way that I'm going to continue to show up in 2025. Deep breath. I always want to emphasize to other women, specifically Black women, you're not alone. If you need a space to talk, they are available. If you need a therapist, there's someone available. You just have to use the resources that are offered to you. Another thing, as I say that, it made me think like, we find resources, but sometimes we're scared to reach out. We don't know how to reach out. And this is why I always say, ask a friend or a close loved one. If you don't have those people in your life, obviously it's hard. I would say I'm available. If you need help finding a therapist, I can help you probably like one time. If you give me your insurance, your state, I can share some resources with you, but you really have to take that extra step and you're going to feel so good. You're going to feel so good that you did it for you. What I truly want to emphasize is that there is a way out. As I shared, before I got on antidepressants, I was not well. That's because I was so hard on myself being an entrepreneur. I was not taking breaks. I was not listening to my body. I was spending a ton of money that I didn't have, which means I had debt. And I just kept trying to go and go and go and go and just keep showing up. And that wasn't the best at all. What I truly want to emphasize as well is take a moment to breathe. When you take that moment, you're going to think like, okay, it's okay for me to rest. It's okay for me to step back from the busy life. It's also okay for me to understand that there's nothing I'm doing wrong. This is literally life. Life is not going to be blossoms and roses every day. But what you need to do is keep showing up and ask for help. I know as a Black woman, even today, I still have trouble asking for help. But when I do, each time I do each small step, I'm like, okay, I can do a little bit more. I can do a little bit more. So yeah, I just had my therapy session and I felt inclined to jump on here and just be honest and real that as much as I love therapy, as much as I look forward to my next self-care routine, I am still going through things as well. I'm still human. I've been in therapy for 6 years, but I still have to continue to show up. And why do I have to continue to show up for myself? Is because truthfully, no one is going to go as hard for me than me. And yes, I have my loved ones and I have my best friend. People are there, but it's up to me to just keep going. Because if I give up, I'm not going to be happy. So I'm just sending love to you. If you came across this video because you thought about giving up or stopping anything, you can keep going. Just ask for help and use resources. Okay, if you need a therapist, Therapy for Black Girls Directory, I'm going to drop that link. If you need help finding a therapist, you can just comment on this or send me a DM on Instagram. Two Mommies and a Baby is our Instagram page. And just being honest, let's see how much I can help because I do need to take care of myself. Based on how many people send me a message, I'm happy to help. All right, I'm sending love to you and we're in this together. Okay? Peace.